Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for July 27th, 2026, this Monday edition here. We're going to be looking at the various severe thunderstorm warnings watches in the lower 48 United States, and I appreciate your support. Thank you for joining me here today, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a pretty quiet weekend, weather-wise, wasn't too much going on, but now we're getting more active patterns, and the summertime thunderstorm pattern continues in the Midwest here and the upper Midwest as well. We continue with it was a tornado warning in Marshall and St. Joseph County, Indiana, and this is toward the near in the Chicagoland area here, southwestern South St. Joseph and northwestern Marshall counties. It expires here in about 1 minute here at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So it's weakened below. The storm which prompted this tornado warning has weakened below severe limits and no longer appears capable of producing a tornado. So that's great news there. So that's been canceled. As I put it in motion here, you still have a heavy rain here coming through just south of South Bend here on US 31 through Lakeville, La Paz, and Plymouth, Indiana. Also toward Bremen, over toward Bremen and Napanee, Indiana. Typical New Indiana, these showers here will continue into northern Indiana and the central Indiana here. So if you're coming along US 31 out of Indianapolis towards Rochester, Plymouth, up towards South Bend, just be careful for some heavy rain and little gusty winds here. One tree limb broken being reported here on the 80-90 toll road there through South Bend and Mishawaka, Indiana. So be very careful there in that area. Now we do have severe thunderstorm warning in Wisconsin, in Jefferson County, Wisconsin. Once again, this is for hail, 2.5 inches hail, so big hail, winds exceeding 70 miles an hour here. Considerable damage in Jefferson County here as this storm moves south here through Waukesha, Ganesee Depot, Makawongo, East Troy, Palmyra, these places in Wisconsin here, just south of Milwaukee. They're getting hit real hard off the lakefront here. So you want to be very careful coming through these towns here. Big hail, big winds. And now we're going to Delaware here, Sussex County, Delaware. Once again, severe thunderstorm warning for Sussex County. This expires in 13 minutes here. Severe thunderstorm located over Dagsboro, or 12 miles southeast of Georgetown, Delaware, moving northeast at 15 miles an hour. 60 mile an hour wind gusts, straight line winds here. So if you're coming any of the beaches here, Bethany Beach, Rehoboth Beach here along the Delaware shoreline, US 13 is going to be busy out of Georgetown here as these showers come through Millsboro and Dagsboro. So be very careful there as well. Now we have in Indiana, Elkhart, Kosciuszko, and Marshall counties. Once again, that severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for the next 15 to 20 minutes here. Racine County, Wisconsin, 1 inch hail, as I showed you here before, and 60 mile an hour straight line winds. And it may have a few gust fronts here coming out through Racine and Kenosha as it approaches down the shore here of the Great Lakes, the western shore here. As you can see, I put it in motion here. These storms are moving right over the Great Lakes and drawing some rotation along this banner here, as indicated by the icon. So Milwaukee, southern suburbs, Oak Creek, Racine, get ready. Waukesha, Vernon, you're already into those zones too as well. So we're done some warning in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Monroe, Northampton, and Warren counties here. Once again, this is up in the Poconos here. 1 inch hail and 60 mile an hour winds you're dealing with out there in the Poconos area. And also, so we're throwing some warning from Montgomery and Philadelphia counties here. 1 inch hail and 60 mile an hour winds for you guys in Abington, out toward Flourtown, West Conshohocken, Ardmore along the main line here. These storms are coming up the main line here, the Blue Route. It's going to be tough going here this afternoon as between Philadelphia and Delaware counties here. Now also Colorado, out west we go. We do have some storms out west that we need to get to. Colorado, Kit Carson County, 1 inch hail. This is in rural Colorado. Kit Carson County, severe thunderstorm warning for 1 and almost 2 inch hail, 60 mile an hour winds, considerable damage for Burlington community here as we continue to see these showers continue to up in this area. So this could be lasting for the next 45 minutes here. And then, of course, and the big one is in Wisconsin. Once again, we have in Wisconsin this line that's been racing past Milwaukee down toward Racine and Kenosha, Waukegan, all these areas on the special marine warnings. But if you're on the coast of this area here, you're going to experience almost 2.5 inch hail and 70 mile an hour wind gusts with this system here for Jefferson, Kenosha, Racine, Rolworth, and Waukesha, and Wisconsin there. That expires. So if it doesn't don't expire to the next 1 hour and 12 minutes here with this system. So you can see that all of this here. Let's go to the relative velocity here, and you can see the velocity here and see what's rotating. And you see these storms are rotating close out here offshore here on the Great Lakes and Lake Michigan, but you can see there's a little bit of rotation coming near the shore here, just south of Milwaukee toward Caledonia and Racine. So maybe a little bit of gusty things here, but nothing too crazy. But that's what the storm relative velocity is showing here on that map. And we can also look at the we go back to the reflectivity, and you can just see the heavy rain that's falling here at this point, and maybe gusty winds here. Like I said, winds may be gusting 50, 60 miles an hour. May not all be getting down to the surface there, so that's good news. But still, in these areas that do, there could be broken tree limbs, and there could be some damage to power outages here. As winds gust 60, 70 miles an hour, and 2-inch hail. As you can see, this hail core right here, right to the south of Oak Creek here, be coming up 49, and say 49 there. This could be some damaging winds here in this purple speck here, Wind Point, North Bay, and Racine, coming up on your area here in southern south suburbs of Milwaukee here. And then over to Waukesha, there's been storms over here that's just been rocking and rolling. Wales, Genesee Depot, and Vernon, Wisconsin here. So we got to watch out for those storms. So if I zoom out, you can see there's a complex of storms around the Great Lakes here, providing rain to Grand Rapids and down 196 and Interstate 96, down M139 and M111 in Michigan here. Heavy rain through Berrien and Cass counties here, and in the South Bend and Mishawaka and Elkhart counties here. Severe thunderstorm warnings here all the way coastal. This rain is pushing close to Marion and Fort Wayne, Indiana here. So this is what we have going on here for our severe thunderstorm warnings here in the area. We also have a few flash flood warnings and watches that continue in Virginia across the eastern shore of Virginia here, for Accokeek counties, Accomack counties, and Northampton counties in Virginia here, coming on. So we're taking the CBBT, the tunnel, US 13, going to eastern shore of Virginia here. You may run into some of those rain showers there on the way. Now, we also have flash flood warning for Pennsylvania. Once again, Delaware, Montgomery, and Philadelphia counties here. That includes the city of Cheltenham, Willow Grove, back into all those areas. Doppler radar indicated thunderstorm producing heavy rain in the warm area. We've already had 2 inches of rain falling. An additional 1 to 2 inches in 1 hour are falling. Flash flooding is ongoing once again for Delaware, Montgomery, and Philadelphia counties. Radar indicated. This includes Philadelphia, Camden, Conshohocken, Ambler, Jenkintown, Willow Grove, Abington, Rockledge, East Lansdowne. As you can see, these storms here are just training over the same areas here as I move the radar into motion here. And these storms are just convergence together. 2 of these storms converge together and form one big cell here, just providing from Abington, Willow Grove, all the way down to Windmore, Cheltenham. So maybe go a bit slow and take your time on Roosevelt Avenue, on the Blue Route, on US 1, all the way through downtown, 95 even, as this approaches the western side of 95, southwest suburbs of Philly. You could be in for a rock and roll coming by the airport, when you leave out of Chester and come toward that area. So be very careful out there, my friends, in Philly. Now, we have some special marine warnings. These are all over Lake Michigan. Like I said, once again, boating interest is discouraged for 30-knot winds and hail almost up to 1 inch. A special marine warning, National Weather Service of Chicago, has just that near shore waters all the way up to Winthrop Harbor, the northerly island, and open waters from Winthrop Harbor to Michigan City, Indiana, as these severe thunderstorms go over Lake Michigan right now. Chicago, the city itself right now is clear, but we are under a flood warning for some elevated streams and creeks here, as you can see in the Chicagoland area, some of the western suburbs and southern suburbs here, heading out toward Harvey and over toward Gary and some of the Indiana suburbs there as well. So this will be something to keep in mind. This has been the Weather Guru podcast for 7/27/2026. Thanks for joining me.